Right now, somewhere in your pocket or on the table beside you, a small glass rectangle is waiting. You already know you shouldn't look at it. You looked at it 4 minutes ago. And yet, some part of you, a part you don't fully control, is already thinking about picking it up again. That pull isn't weakness. It isn't a character flaw. It's something much older than the phone itself. And the real answer is far stranger than you think. To understand why you can't put it down, you have to go back. Not 10 years, not 100. You have to go back roughly 2 million years to a landscape with no roads, no roofs, and no safety nets. Your ancestors lived there, and their brains were built by one unforgiving rule: pay attention to the right things or die. Think about what the right things meant on the savannah. A rustle in tall grass, a shift in the wind, a shape at the edge of your vision that might be a predator or might be nothing. The humans who noticed these signals survived. The humans who didn't get to pass on their genes. Generation after generation, this filtered the human brain into something extremely good at one specific task: scanning the environment for new information that might matter. Psychologists have a name for this. It's called novelty seeking, and it's wired directly into your brain's reward system. Dr. Jaak Panksepp, a pioneer in the field of affective neuroscience, identified what he called the seeking system, a neural circuit that doesn't activate when you get a reward. It activates when you anticipate one. That distinction matters more than almost anything else in this story. Your brain isn't built to enjoy having information. It's built to crave finding it. This is where dopamine enters the picture, and it's worth clearing up a common misunderstanding. Dopamine isn't the pleasure chemical the way pop science often describes it. Research led by neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz in the 1990s showed something different. Dopamine spikes not at the moment of reward, but in the moment just before, when the outcome is still uncertain. It's the chemistry of almost, of maybe, of checking to see. Now picture your ancestor walking through unfamiliar terrain. Every few seconds, their brain is running a background calculation. Is there food nearby? Is there danger nearby? Is there something new I should know about? This constant low-level scanning wasn't optional. It was survival. And it never fully switched off, even when nothing was happening. Especially when nothing was happening. Boredom, to the ancient human brain, was dangerous. An idle mind was a mind that might miss the next threat. Fast forward 2 million years. The savannah is gone. The predators are gone. But the scanning circuit is still running. And into that circuit, we placed a phone. Every notification, every red dot, every subtle vibration is a rustle in the grass. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational, modern part of your brain, knows it's probably nothing important. But the older, faster systems underneath don't check with the prefrontal cortex first. They react. They light up before you've consciously decided anything. By the time you're aware you're reaching for your phone, the ancient part of your brain has already made the decision for you. Here's where it gets stranger. If your phone buzzed with something important every single time, this wouldn't be nearly as powerful. Predictable rewards are actually less compelling to the brain than unpredictable ones. This isn't a guess. It's one of the most replicated findings in behavioral psychology, first documented by B.F. Skinner in the 1950s, using pigeons and a lever. Skinner discovered that when a lever delivered a reward every single time it was pressed, the pigeons pressed it steadily but without much urgency. But when the lever delivered a reward only some of the time, unpredictably, the pigeons pressed it obsessively. Faster. More often. Even when there was no reward at all for long stretches. This pattern is called a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it is, without exaggeration, the single most addictive reward structure known to behavioral science. It's the same mechanism behind slot machines. Your phone runs on this exact schedule. Sometimes you check it and there's nothing. Sometimes there's a message that makes your whole day better. You never know which one it will be until you look. And that uncertainty is precisely what keeps the seeking system firing, over and over, all day long. So the modern compulsion to check your phone isn't a modern problem at all. It's an ancient survival mechanism, tuned over millions of years to detect unpredictable, potentially important information in the environment, now aimed at a device engineered, whether intentionally or not, to exploit that exact mechanism as efficiently as possible. Is that unsettling? It should be, a little. But there's a twist inside the twist. This scanning instinct didn't just help your ancestors avoid predators, it also helped them find opportunity, a new water source, a better hunting ground, a neighboring group with something to trade. The same circuit that made humans anxious also made them curious, adaptable, and exploratory. It's the reason your species didn't stay in one valley in East Africa. It's the reason humans spread into nearly every environment on Earth, from deserts to Arctic tundra, driven by brains that couldn't stop wondering what might be over the next hill. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer-Hrdy has written extensively about how human infants are born with an unusually intense drive to monitor the faces and attention of others around them, far more than other primates. This isn't incidental. Human survival has always depended on social information as much as environmental information. Who is paying attention to whom? Who is angry? Who might help you? Your brain evolved to treat social signals with the same urgency as a rustle in the grass, which is exactly why a text message hits differently than a weather alert. A message from another person isn't just novel information, it's social information. It might contain approval, connection, conflict, or belonging, all things your ancestors needed to track constantly to survive within a group. Ignoring social signals wasn't just impolite in the ancient world, it could get you excluded from the group entirely, and exclusion, for most of human history, was a death sentence. So when your phone buzzes, two ancient systems fire at once: the novelty-seeking system, hungry for unpredictable new information, and the social monitoring system, primed to treat any human contact as potentially critical. Together, they create a pull that feels almost impossible to ignore, because for nearly all of human history, ignoring it would have been dangerous. None of this means you're broken. It means your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do, in an environment it was never built for. Consider this. The device in your pocket delivers hundreds of these signals a day, each one small, each one uncertain, each one processed by a brain that still thinks it's standing in tall grass on the edge of a savanna. No predator has ever been hiding in your notification bar, but your brain doesn't fully know that yet. It's still running software written 2 million years ago on hardware you carry into every meeting, every dinner, every quiet moment before sleep. So tonight, when you feel that small, restless urge to check your phone one more time, notice it for what it actually is. It isn't weakness. It isn't a lack of discipline. It's the oldest survival instinct you have, quietly convinced that the next glance might be the one that matters, still scanning the grass for movement, long after the grass disappeared.